This guy was waiting for the bus when he saw a man spitting carelessly while everyone was wearing masks because of the COVID-19 epidemic. The guy didn't want to cause trouble, so he ignored it and turned his head away. However, when this inconsiderate man got on the bus, the driver asked him to wear a mask or else the bus would be fine. Unexpectedly, this man loudly protested and even hit the driver. Seeing this, the guy couldn't hold it in anymore, so he went up to hug the man and got off the bus and politely apologized to this man. After that, the man continuously hit the guy, but the guy didn't fight back and just dodged his punches. After that, the guy continued to apologize. Seeing that he couldn't fight back, the man turned around and left. The guy got on the bus and received a round of applause from all the passengers. They said he looked cool. This guy's name is Jian Wu. No one knows that he is young, but is already a professional boxer. In the ring, Jian Wu is always cold with powerful punches, but in real life, he is a gentle and kind boy. Jian Wu currently lives with his mother. Due to the impact of the epidemic, Jian Wu's mother's coffee shop has lost a quarter of its customers. She is in a lot of debt and owes rent because the landlord still keeps the rent the same despite the difficult epidemic. Jian Wu is currently participating in a professional boxing tournament as a super rookie. In the first match, Jian Wu hit his opponent in the stomach and won, knocking out with just one punch. In the next match, Jian Wu tried his best to dodge his opponent's punches and then threw a powerful punch, knocking out with just one punch. After winning, Jian Wu ran to ask his opponent that if he was okay. Jian Wu then advanced to the finals. His opponent now is Wu Jin. This person was told by the coach to be very careful with Jian Wu's left hook, but Wu Jin was proud of himself as an undefeated Marine. The match started with the two greeting each other, and then they started to probe each other. Wu Jin continuously hit Jian Wu. Jian Wu tried to dodge the attack and then threw a powerful left hook to Wu Jin's hip, causing him to collapse. But then he stood up and shouted loudly. When Jian Wu continued to make another left hook, Wu Jin blocked it. Then Wu Jin punched Jian Wu in the face, causing him to faint on the floor. But that was just Wu Jin's imagination. In reality, Jian Wu came forward and threw his signature left hook, knocking Wu Jin down. So Jian Wu also won the championship. After Wu Jin was defeated, he received an indifferent attitude from the coach. Wu Jin asked to go eat to relieve his boredom. The coach said that there was an epidemic. Then the coach took out some money and told Wu Jin to go eat by himself. Wu Jin went outside and saw Jian Wu waiting. Jian Wu wanted to invite Wu Jin to eat pork belly with him. Wu Jin was hungry but pretended to refuse because he was afraid of being pitied. But when he saw Jian Wu's sincere attitude, Wu Jin followed. Wu Jin said he wanted to eat beef tenderloin because Jian Wu had just received 10 million won in bonus money. Jian Wu said no because he still had to give money to his mother to pay for the rent. Despite Wu Jin's best efforts to persuade him, Jian Wu still refused to pay more money. Then Wu Jin contributed money so the two of them could go eat grilled beef. When they arrived at the restaurant, Wu Jin asked if Jian Wu only used his left hand. Jian Wu said that his right hand was stronger, but he hadn't used it yet. When grilling the meat, Wu Jin asked to turn the meat over, but Jian Wu said that he used to work part-time at a buffet restaurant, so he knew that the meat needed to be waited for 30 more seconds for it to be delicious. Jian Wu said that his family went bankrupt, so he had to work a lot to help his mother. The two confided in each other about their family circumstances. Then Wu Jin knew that Jian Wu was 2 years younger than him, so he wanted to be older brother, but the two discovered that they were both Marines when they joined the army. Wu Jin realized that Jian Wu was his senior in the Marine Corps, so he quickly greeted his superior. The two then happily reminisced about their time in the army and even fed each other. A close friendship gradually formed between the two, who were both rivals. Jian Wu returned to his mother's coffee shop. His mother was on the phone to ask for a debt from a friend. When she saw his son coming home, she hung up. His mother hugged Jian Wu to congratulate him on winning the championship. Jian Wu then gave his mother the bonus he had just received and told her to use it to pay the rent. Mom refused, but Jian Wu said he knew all about her hardships. His mother then took the money and said she would pay Jian Wu back with interest. The two then closed the store and happily returned home. Being with his mother was a blessing for Jian Wu, but he did not know that a disaster was about to strike. This man's name was Myung Gil. He was the director of a loan shark corporation with all kinds of sophisticated scams. At this time, Myung Gil took advantage of many people who were in difficult situations due to the impact of the COVID pandemic. Myung sent his company's sales team to all the stores in the city. They introduced themselves as being from the Smile Capital Company and were a government-backed company to help people overcome the difficulties of the pandemic. They would lend money at an interest rate of only 5%, lower than the bank's interest rate. Then they lured the shop owners and businesses to sign the contract. Jian Wu's mother is now being coaxed into signing a loan contract by Myung Gil's loyal subordinate Jun Min. Hearing the seductive words of this professional scammer, Jian Wu's mother also agreed to sign the contract, but she had no idea that there were fraudulent terms embedded in it. In Seoul, there is currently a building under construction that is still under construction because it has been repeatedly suspended due to the impact of COVID-19. This has forced the management company to declare bankruptcy. This building has received a lot of public attention because it is unsafe for the people of Seoul. This indefinitely suspended project was later bought by the Link conglomerate. At this time, the eldest son of the conglomerate is negotiating with a bank director to get a loan to build this building into a magnificent hotel. A congressman sent by the mayor of the city comes to urge this project. The loan shark director Myung-gil walks in. He says that he was introduced here by the congressman. He wants to invest the remaining 100 billion won in this building. In return, he wants to build a casino on the top floor and a bar in the basement. Myung-gil and his men then held a party to thank the congressman for giving him access to the hotel project. While they were having fun, the congressman received a call from the mayor. The congressman announced that the mayor had approved Myung-gil's casino project. Myung-gil then gave the congressman 3.7 kilogram golden turtles. The congressman saw the pile of gold and bowed down to thank Myung-gil. But all the bribery scenes were recorded by the camera. Ji-woo was going to the gym to practice boxing, but the gym announced that it would be closed for a week because several people tested positive for COVID-19. So sad. Ji-woo called his new friend Woo Jin to invite him out. On the way to Woo Jin's house, Ji-woo saw a man being chased and beaten by a young man. Ji-woo followed and saw the man being beaten and lying motionless. Ji-woo then chased after this strange young man. Then, Ji-woo was electrocuted by this young man and lay motionless. Turned out to be a girl. The girl asked Ji-woo why he was chasing her. She said that the man just now was a real scammer. She told Ji-woo not to make any fuss. Then the girl left. This girl was Hyun-ju. She was the adopted granddaughter of Chairman Choi. This chairman had nothing but money, but he was a very virtuous person. He helped the needy people who didn't have money for medical treatment to borrow money and didn't charge interest. He took pleasure in helping the needy people. And Hyun-ju was tasked with investigating and collecting debts from people who pretended to be sick to trick Chairman Choi into borrowing money. Hyun-ju asked Chairman Choi how long he planned to extend this interest-free loan. Chairman Choi said that he had helped many sick people get money for medical treatment, and that was the highest interest rate. Chairman Choi knew that his niece was very reckless and often faced thugs alone, so he called a security company director to ask for a bodyguard to help protect his niece. When Ji-woo's mother was about to close the store, Jun-min from the company came over. Jun-min told Ji-woo's mother that she needed to pay a renewal fee of 10% of the loan amount within 24 hours of signing the contract, and now the interest had reached 48 million won. Ji-woo's mother was stunned when she heard that. She said she would call the police. Jun-min heard it and went outside. Ji-woo's mother pressed the phone to call Ji-woo. While they were talking, a group of thugs broke in and vandalized the store. When Ji-woo heard it, he was so angry that he ran back to save his mother. When he arrived at the store, he was stopped by the thugs. When he saw his mother being beaten by Jun-min, Ji-woo immediately used his moves to knock down each thug to enter the house to rescue his mother. Jun-min trembled when he saw all his subordinates being beaten up. Ji-woo walked in and asked if his mother was okay. Then he grabbed Jun-min by the neck. At this time, the director Myung-gil entered. He said that Ji-woo's mother had borrowed money from his company. He told Ji-woo to pay the debt. Ji-woo said to compensate for the damage to the store first. Then Myung-gil told his tall and muscular subordinate to deal with Ji-woo. This thug's name was In Beom. He had a strong body and a body that didn't feel pain. No matter how Ji-woo hit him, he was fine. Then he used his head to knock Ji-woo down. But then Ji-woo stood up and hit him until his nose bled. In Beom was angry, so he grabbed Ji-woo's neck and beat him up, causing him to collapse. Myung-gil told Ji-woo that he really liked brave people. He asked Ji-woo if he wanted to come back and work for me. Ji-woo then spat a mouthful of saliva in Myung-gil's face. The director Myung-gil then used a knife to cut a line on one side of Ji-woo's face. Ji-woo was taken to the hospital by his mother to get stitches. The doctor said that he needed surgery to make the scar on his face less noticeable, but Ji-woo refused because he had no money. Ji-woo told Woo Jin that he had to get 30 stitches. Woo Jin told Ji-woo to go to the police, but Ji-woo remembered what Myung-gil said. Myung-gil said that if Ji-woo went to the police, his mother would die, so Ji-woo had to endure it. Woo Jin then showed Ji-woo that there was a small line in his mother's loan agreement. Now the debt and interest had increased to 100 million won, so he needed to pay it back quickly, or it would increase further. Ji-woo said that his family had no money left, so Woo Jin invited Ji-woo to eat to ease the tension. Ji-woo called his mother to inform her that they had encountered professional scammers and that they couldn't avoid it. Ji-woo tried to comfort his mother. Ji-woo then heard Woo Jin calling someone to borrow money to help him. Ji-woo was so touched that he was about to cry when he heard that. Woo Jin then took Ji-woo to meet a loan shark who was also his former boss. Ji-woo said that he was scammed by the Smile Capital Company and now needs to borrow 100 million won to pay off his debt. The boss agreed to lend Ji-woo 100 million won at an interest rate of 1% for 1 year, but on one condition: the two of them had to work as his subordinates to collect debts. He said that this profession was very hot when the COVID-19 epidemic broke out. Hearing that, Ji-woo stood up and told Woo Jin to go home. Ji-woo said that doing this meant bullying the weak. That was the action of a thug, not a fighter. The boss said that if he didn't pay the Smile Capital rival company, they would take his organs. No joke. Wu Jin then returned the money and left. He even boldly glared at his old boss. Wu Jin then called the director of the bodyguard company for help. Wu Jin and Jian Wu immediately ran to the company to talk. This director was also a former Marine who was Wu Jin's senior. He said that there was a rich man named Chairman Choi who needed a bodyguard. He had recruited many people, but none of them were suitable. He wanted to introduce 2 people to work for Chairman Choi. When Wu Jin said he wanted to come here to borrow some money, the director told them to go see Chairman Choi because he had nothing but money and he was a very kind person. Chairman Choi had the detective investigate and get Jian Wu's background. The chairman praised Jian Wu for looking trustworthy and hardworking. Driver O then gave Wu Jin's profile and said they should hire 2 people. Jian Wu and Wu Jin went to a sushi restaurant to meet Chairman Choi, but the sushi restaurant owner only allowed Jian Wu to see the chairman. Chairman Choi asked Jian Wu about the wound on his face. Jian Wu said that he got the wound when he stopped loan sharks from attacking his mother. Chairman Choi said that he used to be a loan shark but quit the business a long time ago. Now he is giving out interest-free loans to help people who cannot afford medical treatment. Chairman Choi is looking for a good person to be a bodyguard to protect his unrelated niece. Jian Wu is happy to know that he does not have to collect debts for hire. Chairman Choi said that he had investigated Jian Wu's background very carefully before making this decision. He then told Jian Wu the reason why he was determined to use money to help poor people who cannot afford medical treatment. Jian Wu also felt that Chairman Choi was a very kind person. Jian Wu went out and told Wu Jin that he probably did quite well in front of Chairman Choi. The 2 of them went to Jian Wu's house to have dinner with Jian Wu's mother. Suddenly, someone knocked on the door. It turned out to be Chairman Choi's driver. Oh, he gave Jian Wu a bag of money containing 100 million won. He said that this was 2 years' salary in advance. Driver O then informed Jian to start working tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. When Driver O left, Jian Wu hugged the money and burst into tears because he had just received help from a benefactor. Jian Wu then went into the house to give the money and told his mother the whole story. His mother apologized to Jian Wu for ruining his future as a martial artist. Jian Wu comforted his mother and then thanked Wu Jin. At 10 o'clock the next morning, Jian Wu went to see Chairman Choi to receive the job. Wu Jin wanted to go in together to present and asked Chairman Choi to work with Jian Wu. The 2 went in to greet Chairman Choi. Wu Jin tried his best to show his ability in front of Chairman Choi and then asked for permission to work with Jian Wu. Already knowing Wu Jin's background, Chairman Choi agreed. But then Chairman Choi announced that he was only the one paying the salary. The 2 had to pass an interview with his niece, Hyunju, to be hired. Jian Wu asked what if he failed the interview. Chairman Choi said that he had to pay back the money. Jian Wu said that he had used up all the money to pay off his debt. Chairman Choi advised them to calm down and believe that they could do it. Chairman Choi then gave Jian Wu a card and told them to find something delicious for lunch. Chairman Choi said that the 2 of them should always be together like this. The 2 of them were now waiting to meet Hyunju in a study room. Wu Jin took a book and found that there was 100 million won inside. He then found that every book was filled with money. The 2 of them then put the money in the right place. Jian Wu told Wu Jin that he had met Hyunju when he chased her and was electrocuted by her. At this time, Hyunju also arrived. She was against President Choi hiring bodyguards for her, so when the 2 young bodyguards greeted her, Hyunju said bluntly that she didn't need bodyguards and bluntly sent the 2 young men away. She then called Wu Jin a bastard. This made Wu Jin feel offended and walked out. Jian Wu stayed behind and decided to kneel down and beg Hyunju. He said that he really needed this job because his mother was scammed by the Smile Capital Loan Company. The amount had reached 100 million won. Chairman Choi had just paid him 2 years of salary in advance to pay off his debt. If he didn't get this job now, he didn't know how he would pay back the money to Chairman Choi. Hyunju, who was also investigating the illegal activities of the Smile Capital Company, told Jian Wu to stand up and invited the 2 of them to eat. At the restaurant, Hyunju told the 2 of them about the bastard named Jae Myung that she was investigating. He lied that his mother needed surgery to borrow 10 million won from Chairman Choi and then disappeared. After investigating, Hyunju discovered that this guy and his accomplices pretended to be homeless people to steal the IDs of real homeless people. Then they used these IDs to borrow money from other loan sharks. Hyunju followed and found out that the scammers were working under the orders of the Smiling Company's underling, Junmin. Jian Wu recognized this guy as the one who came to his mother's coffee shop to collect the debt. Hyunju ordered the 2 to investigate how many ID cards the scammers had stolen in one night. She told the 2 that no matter what happened, they were not to show up or else the plan would be ruined. The scammer Jae Myung and his accomplices were dressing up to steal ID cards from homeless people. When the group got in the car, Hyunju immediately followed them in her car. Jian Wu and Wu Jin then followed them. Jae Myung went to talk to the homeless people. He said he was from the Seoul City Homeless Association. This organization is funded by the government. Anyone who joins will receive a monthly allowance. Just show your ID and you will be admitted to the association. You will receive the money the following week. One by one, man. The homeless people fell into the trap and gave their IDs to them. Then they came to lure an old man. After hearing the first sentence, the old man realized that these people had scammed him before, so he loudly demanded his ID back. The scammers continuously beat the old man. Jianwu wanted to go to help, but Wu Jin stopped him. But after seeing the old man's head being beaten so hard that it bled, Jianwu immediately ran over and knocked down the scammers to save the old man. Then the two of them appeared in front of the scammers. Jae Myung saw the red cat hat that Jianwu was wearing and ran away. Jianwu said that they needed to call an ambulance to save the old man's life immediately. Jianwu then called Hyunju to inform her of the situation. After hearing it, she loudly scolded him. Despite Jianwu's efforts to explain, Hyunju hung up. Wu Jin then called Hyunju to plead. She said that everything was over. Wu Jin asked Hyunju for 5 minutes to explain and apologize. Hyunju told the two to go to the bookstore. When they arrived at the bookstore, Hyunju said that the two had fought with Jae Myung, so he now knew their faces. Therefore, she could not hire them anymore. Wu Jin said that he was wearing a oddly argued back. Jianwu felt so stressed that he stopped them. Jianwu showed Hyunju the scar on his face. He said that the smiling company director had used a knife to cut his face. If he did not save the homeless old man who was about to die, Jianwu would feel worse than that evil director. The two of them then returned Hyunju's things and left. When they just got outside, Wu Jin said that he would find new jobs for the two of them. Suddenly, both of their phones received a text message. It turned out to be a message from Hyunju. She apologized and asked to meet them at the office tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Jianwu and Wu Jin happily hugged and jumped wildly. Jae Myung went to report the incident to Jun Min of the company, who was smiling. He said that someone was following them when they went to rob homeless people. Jae Myung admitted that he had previously scammed someone to borrow money from another party, and recently he was followed by a man wearing a red cat hat to collect debt, and the two men who had just fought were also wearing that cat hat. At the bookstore, Hyunju was discussing with Wu Jin and Jianwu to deal with the scammers. When she looked at the camera, she discovered Jae Myung and Jun Min entering the bookstore. Hyunju asked the two how he found them. Then she closed the bookstore door and turned off all her phones. Jun Min shined a light in, but saw no one. Then he told Jae Myung to kick the door hard. Then he looked up at the camera and left. The three of them now began to analyze the reason why the scammers found their place. After many hypotheses were put forward, Jianwu suddenly thought that it was very possible that they recognized Hyunju's red cat hat, because before, when Jianwu chased Hyunju and was electrocuted by her, Jianwu was also very impressed with that hat. Hyunju heard Jianwu and thought it made sense. Chairman Choi also came to the bookstore now. Hyunju admitted that they had secretly followed Jae Myung and would catch him. This was originally forbidden by Chairman Choi because it was very dangerous. Hyunju kept justifying what she did. Then she told Jianwu to remove the scar on his face. Chairman Choi was very surprised when he saw Jianwu's scar. He asked Jianwu who caused this scar. Jianwu replied that this guy was the director of the company that smiled. Chairman Choi asked what his name was, but Jianwu did not know. Jianwu said that person also had a long scar on cheek like him now. After listening, Chairman Choi told the three of them to go home. Then he ordered driver O to investigate whether the director of the Smile Capital Company was Myung-gil or not. Hyunju and the two boys now became closer after carrying out the last mission. The three of them went out to eat barbecue. Hyunju told the two boys about her background. She said that she and Chairman Choi had no relationship. She was a child in an orphanage owned by Chairman Choi. Then she was adopted by him at the age of 17. When Chairman Choi returned home, he received a phone call from driver O informed Chairman Choi that he had investigated and found out that Myung-gil was the director of the Smile Capital Company. Chairman Choi reminisced about the past. At that time, he decided to close down the loan shark company he had founded. Among the employees who were laid off was Myung-gil. That evening, Chairman Choi received a phone call from the security guard. The security guard reported that two thieves were breaking into Chairman Choi's office. Chairman Choi immediately drove to the company, and it turned out that the two thieves were the thug in Bohm and a professional locksmith. After opening Chairman Choi's safe, they found a lot of gold coins and a stack of IOUs worth 1 billion won each. Chairman Choi arrived at the company and went to the office alone. Then he single-handedly knocked out the thug in Bohm and the locksmith who followed him. Chairman Choi asked who sent them here. Suddenly, Myung-gil entered and stabbed Chairman Choi once. Then Chairman Choi pulled out a knife to fight back, but was stabbed again by Myung-gil. Chairman Choi got up and used the knife to slash Myung-gil's face. Suddenly, the thug in Bohm came to the rescue. Then he threw Chairman Choi out the window and fell from a high place to the ground. Myung-gil and his gang now collect all the money and then pour gasoline to set fire to the office. But the thug in Bohm looks down and can't see Chairman Choi anymore. Myung-gil then burns down the office to destroy all evidence. Chairman Choi then tells his niece Hyunju to stay away from Myung-gil because they are a bunch of murderers. He tells her to move the bookstore somewhere else. He says that he is old and weak now, so he doesn't have the strength to fight those evil people anymore. Myung-gil and his trusted subordinate Jang Do. Now they have an appointment to meet with the young master of a tycoon, Director Hong. Director Hong is accompanied by a cousin who is a police officer. officer, named Kan Yong. Because this tycoon's power is very great, they also have close relationships with the tax office and the audit office. Plus, he even brought the police along. So Myung-gil told his subordinate Jang Do that they had to endure no matter what. Entering the room, Director Hong took out the bottles of strong alcohol he brought with him. After that, he and his police brother challenged Myung-gil to drink with them. Both of them saw this as a way to determine the strength of men, so each glass of wine was poured out and the three of them competed to drink to see who will be the first to get drunk. After that, Director Hong and Kan Yong tried to say provocative words and tease the smiling company. This made Myung-gil and Jang Do extremely angry, but they had to endure. After that, Director Hong said that he had collected enough 100 billion won and did not allow Myung-gil to invest in building a casino in his family's hotel. Director Hong knew very well that Director Myung-gil's intention was to borrow his family's name to open a legal casino. So Director Hong warned Myung-gil not to use his family's reputation to do business. Otherwise, Myung-gil would die. Director Hong then mocked the scar on Myung-gil's face. This made Myung-gil very angry, but he could only endure and not look for an opportunity. Very quickly, Director Hong had to pay the price for his words. Myung-gil ordered Jang Do to find something fatal for the heir of the Link Group to deal with him. Director Hong was now driving his supercar into a garage to be washed. The car wash employee immediately called to inform Jang Do. Director Hong was locked inside and then tortured by a group of thugs and stripped off his clothes. Jang Do and the thug in Bayom approached. Director Hong now knelt down miserably and tried to apologize. Jang Do said that he should not have been rude to Myung-gil. Then he picked up the phone and ordered Director Hong to strip off his clothes. Director Hong continued to beg. Then the thug in Bayom approached, strangled him, and poured a toxic chemical on his face. After being unable to bear it any longer, Director Hong also did as requested by Jang Do and then sent the video to Myung-gil to watch. Myung-gil and the thug in Bayom then drove to where Director Hong's gold was hidden. This is the gold that was melted from the gold that Myung-gil robbed from Chairman Choi. Myung-gil told in Bayom that if the business failed, he would escape to Vietnam with the thug in Bayom and live a rich life for the rest of his life. In Bayom is very grateful to the president. Hyunju, Jeonwoo, and Woo Jin still wanted to follow and capture Jae-myung. The three of them drove there to wait for the others to appear. But when they saw Hyunju's car, they discovered it. So Jae-myung immediately called the leader Junmin to inform him. Then they pretended to get in the car to lure the three to the homeless shelter. Jeonwoo and Woo Jin followed them like last time. Jae-myung told the two to come out and not hide anymore. Hyunju now saw many cars carrying the thugs arrive and go down the tunnel. Seeing that Jeonwoo and Woo Jin were in danger, Hyunju immediately called Chairman Choi for help. Chairman Choi heard the news and immediately called one of his former employees for help. A group of thugs with tons in their hands advanced from both sides to surround Jeonwoo and Woo Jin. Jeonwoo took off mask and prepared to fight, but the leader Junmin recognized Jeonwoo as the son of the coffee seller who had attacked him earlier. Jeonwoo and Woo Jin fought one by one to defeat the large group of thugs, but there were too many of them. Woo Jin was hit in the head and collapsed. Jeonwoo got up to rescue his friend. At this time, Hyunju also rushed down, using batons and electric shock devices to defeat a few more thugs. Finally, the three of them defeated all the thugs and escaped. At Jeonwoo's house, his mother was sleeping when she heard the noise. She thought her son had come home from work, but then two thugs and Jae-myung entered, drugged Jeonwoo's mother, and took her away. At this time, a man appeared, knocked out one guy, then went to knock out the second guy. Jae-myung saw the expert appear and immediately carried Jeonwoo's mother and ran away. The man was attacked by the guy who had just been knocked out. He continued to knock out the thug and then chased after Jeonwoo's mother. Jae-myung saw that something was wrong, so he threw Jeonwoo's mother to the ground and ran away. The man chased after him, stabbed him once with a knife, then knocked him down and cut the tendons in both of his heels. Another man went down the tunnel to rescue Jeonwoo's group, but saw that the thugs had already been dealt with, so he also left. On the way, he encountered a guy blocking his way, so he quickly dealt with him. These two chivalrous men were Yang Jung and Du Young. These two were Chairman Choi's powerful subordinates and had retired. Jeonwoo's mother was taken to Chairman Choi's house. Jeonwoo's group also arrived. They went to talk to Chairman Choi. Chairman Choi scolded them for acting on their own. He told them not to get involved with those people anymore. Chairman Choi said that he would take Jeonwoo's mother to his orphanage so that she would be safe. Director Myung-gil went to the hospital to visit his subordinates who had just been beaten. The doctor said that Jae-myung had severed the tendons in both of his heels. Jae-myung also said that he was attacked by a man who was very skilled with knives and that this man seemed to have used a sashimi knife as a weapon. Myung-gil smiled after hearing that and left. This killer man was Yang Jung. He was now the owner of a sushi restaurant. He and Du Young used to be two of President Choi's right-hand men and were very trusted by Chairman Choi. After being asked by Chairman Choi, the two of them decided not to hide anymore, but to participate in dealing with Director Myung-gil. Also to avenge his old comrades, Director Myung-gil returned to the company and told his three close subordinates about the strangers who had just attacked his soldiers. He said that in the past, announced. There were 10 assassins working under Chairman Choi. After removing Chairman Choi, he and his accomplices killed these assassins, but 2 highly trained assassins remained. These 2 were loyal subordinates of Chairman Choi, and it was very possible that the one who severed Jae Myun's leg tendon was one of these 2 hidden assassins. Chairman Choi, Driver Oh, and the 2 assassins now sat down to discuss a strategy to fight Myung-gil. They investigated the background of his 3 close subordinates, and then divided the work so that each of them dealt with one of them. Yang Jung asked Chairman Choi what to do with the money kept in the bookstore. Chairman Choi said that it needed to be moved to another place because they had been discovered. Yang Jung said that the 3 children should be assigned to do this job. They were very powerful, but the 3 of them used their bare hands to defeat 30 thugs. Chairman Choi also agreed to assign the task of transferring the money to Jeon-woo's group. While the 3 were having a meal cooked by Jeon-woo's mother, Hyun-ju received a text message from Chairman Choi. He told them to go to the bookstore late the day after tomorrow, take all the money, and go somewhere else. Late that night, the 3 of them prepared their luggage, got into 2 cars with many cardboard boxes, and went to the bookstore to carry out the task. When they arrived at the bookstore, the 3 of them entered, but behind them, Jong-do's subordinate followed them with a knife. Hyun-ju then took all the money and put it in a cardboard box, while Jeon-woo and Woo-jin went to the warehouse to get a cart. Hyun-ju discovered that someone was following her outside. When she looked at the camera, she discovered that the thug, In Beom, was sneaking into the warehouse. She hurriedly ran towards the warehouse, but was hit hard from behind by Jang-do and fell down. Hyun-ju tried to use the device to electrocute Jang-do, but was grabbed by him. Then he electrocuted her unconscious. The thug In Beom entered the warehouse and fought with Jeon-woo and Woo-jin. In Beom had defeated Jeon-woo before, but now he had to fight 2 talented young fighters alone. After a while of struggling, the 2 of them were able to knock down the thug. Jeon-woo kept hitting him. When In Beom was about to die, Woo-jin stopped Jeon-woo, and then they used zip ties to tie the thug up. Hyun-ju was carried away by Jang-do. Hyun-ju woke up and bit Jang-do hard on the back, causing him to feel excruciating pain, then dropped her to the ground. Hyun-ju then ran away and took the knife at her feet and used a baton to boldly confront Jang-do. She thought Hyun-ju would be weak. Unexpectedly, Jang-do was not her opponent. He was knocked down by Hyun-ju in a series of skillful moves. Hyun-ju then used the key to unlock his hands and then locked Jang-do again. The 3 of them then took the cart back to the bookstore to transfer the money. Then they discovered that Jang-do had unlocked it and ran away. He was calling the director Myung-gil, who was watching the pole dancers. He announced that he was seriously injured and needed to go to the hospital, but Myung-gil didn't care. Myung-gil told Jang-do to call his accomplices to deal with Jeon-woo's group immediately, so the whole gang came to the bookstore to support Jang-do. Jeon-woo's group hurriedly loaded the money into cardboard boxes and pushed them into the car. When the car was full, Hyun-ju said there was a safe containing billions of won upstairs. Hyun-ju and Woo-jin went upstairs to get it. The 2 of them quickly loaded gold coins into 2 bags and ran outside. But at this time, the gang had arrived and blocked their 2 cars. The 3 of them drove the 2 cars and fled. Jang-do and his gang chased after them. He kept hitting Hyun-ju's car, but Hyun-ju's supercar was more powerful. Hyun-ju swerved Jang-do's car and disabled Jang-do's car. He then got into his accomplice's car to chase after them. When they entered an underpass, Jeon-woo's car drove first while Hyun-ju's car covered the back, preventing the thug's car from moving forward. When they overtook Hyun-ju, she accelerated and crashed into the thug's car, then continued to step on the gas and overturned their car. But Hyun-ju's car was also severely damaged and died. The 2 then hugged the bags containing money and gold and ran away. Seeing this, Jeon-woo immediately carried the boxes of money and put them on the ground to make room for his 2 friends to sit. Woo-jin and Hyun-ju were chased closely behind by the thugs. The 2 saw that they could no longer carry the bags of gold, so they threw the 2 bags of gold on the ground to run faster. The 2 ran to Jeon-woo's car, which was waiting, and got in. Then they stepped on the gas and ran away from the thugs who were chasing them. Yang Jung then informed Chairman Choi that the children had been attacked and the money in the safe had been lost. Chairman Choi immediately asked if they were hurt. Jeon-woo's group took the money to Chairman Choi's house. When they met Chairman Choi, Hyun-ju immediately apologized for losing the money in the safe, but Chairman Choi was only concerned about whether she was hurt. This concern deeply touched Hyun-ju. The thug In Beom had just woken up. He used all his strength to break the rope and escaped from the warehouse, then took a taxi to the private hospital of director Myung-gil for treatment. Do-young followed and found out the location of this hospital. The thug In Beom had a perforated eardrum in one ear. Director Myung-gil ordered Junmin to find the address of the bookstore owner to find out where Chairman Choi lived. Chairman Choi spoke privately with Jeon-woo. He thanked Jeon-woo and Woo-jin because since having the 2 of them, his granddaughter smiled noticeably more. He said that he had already cleared Jeon-woo's debt, so Jeon-woo didn't need to work for him to pay back the 100 million won. This was considered a bonus because Jeon-woo had helped him safely transfer the money from the bookstore. Chairman Choi also promised to invest in a fancy coffee shop for Jeon-woo's mother, but Jeon-woo wanted to help Chairman Choi defeat Myung-gil to the end. Chairman Choi said that it it was not necessary, but Jianwu wanted to do it to repay him. Yang Zhou then treated the three of them to a sushi party that he personally prepared on the spot. Du Young also came to join in the fun. He told Wu Jin and Jianwu that if they participated in this case, if they got a criminal record, they wouldn't be able to enter the ring again. But Jianwu and Wu Jin were still determined to participate in this campaign to the end. Everyone said that they weren't afraid of death and would fight together. Yang Zheng said that they would start attacking tonight. Jianwu and Wu Jin were instructed by Yang Zheng on how to use Japanese knives to defeat opponents and train the fighting spirit of an assassin. Du Young chose a good motorbike for Hyunju to attack with him. Hyunju was then trained by him on how to ride a motorbike and use a stick to knock down opponents. Du Young now ambushed in the basement while Hyunju watched from above. When Junmin drove up, Hyunju informed Du Young. Du Young drove motorbike, use a knife to lightly swipe Junmin's throat, causing him to collapse. The subordinates then drove their motorbike straight into Du Young's motorbike and continuously hit him. Hyunju now drove up and used a stick to knock down each thug to rescue Du Young. On the other side, Yang Zheng, Wu Jin, and Jianwu sneaked into Myung-gil's private hospital. Yang Zheng saw Jang Do getting into the elevator to go upstairs, so the three of them immediately took the stairs to chase after. When Jang Do got out of the elevator, Yang Zheng stabbed him and then escorted him down the stairs. A thug chased after him but was knocked down by Jianwu and Wu Jin. Jang Do tried to run away but was thrown down the stairs by Yang Zheng and beaten until he was unconscious. Yang Zheng then texted Chairman Choi and escorted Jang Do to an abandoned house owned by Du Young. Yang Zheng told Jianwu and Wu Jin to prepare a bucket of salt water. Yang Zheng and Du Young tied Jang Do up. Chairman Choi called and informed him that he wanted to teach Jang Do a lesson and let the three children witness this lesson. The three of them brought the bucket of salt water. Yang Zheng told Hyunju that the chairman wanted her to stay and watch this lesson. Then Yang Zheng and Du Young tortured Jang Do. Du Young used a planer to lightly rub Jang Do's thigh. Yang Zheng used salt water to lightly rub the place that had just been planed, but Jang Do still refused to say anything. The two continued to do the same thing to his second thigh. Hyunju couldn't bear it anymore and ran outside to vomit. Chairman Choi arrived. Hyunju asked why he wanted her to see this scene. Chairman Choi said that he wasn't sure if he would survive this battle, so he wanted to train the three of them in psychological tactics. Hyunju then left. Chairman Choi went to talk to Jang Do. He began to use psychological warfare to tame Jang Do. Chairman Choi said that among the three loyal subordinates, Jang Do understood Myung-gil the best, that Myung-gil was evil and cruel. He knew how to manipulate his subordinates to be absolutely loyal to him, but in his eyes, Jang Do was nothing. If Jang Do did something wrong, Myung-gil would kill him immediately. Chairman Choi said that now he just needed to take a picture of Jang Do and send it to Myung-gil. Then Myung-gil would believe that Jang Do had confessed everything. Myung-gil would definitely find a way to get rid of Jang Do immediately. Jang Do was extremely agitated after hearing that. Chairman Choi hit him. Chairman Choi promised that if Jang Do confessed everything, Chairman Choi would take Jang Do safely to another country with a sum of money to live comfortably for the rest of his life. Jang Do was convinced by what Chairman Choi said. Jang Do began to tell what he knew. He said that he had worked for Myung-gil for 5 years. His job was to make sure that Myung-gil's illegal activities were not discovered by the police. He said that he had captured and filmed the scene of the young master of the Link Group stripping, and used that video to force the young master to agree to let Myung-gil build a casino in their 40-story hotel. Jang Do said that he had filmed 50 similar videos. All of these videos were stored on a hard drive hidden in a safe at Myung-gil's house. This safe had a remote self-destruct function. If Myung-gil activated the destruction command on his phone, if this hard drive fell into the hands of the police, Myung-gil would definitely go to jail. But it was also important for him to capture his enemy. Chairman Choi said that he would take Jang Do to a hospital for emergency treatment. He would arrange a passport and plane ticket for Jang Do to escape abroad. Then Choi confiscated Jang Do's phone. Chairman Choi further asked where Myung-gil hid the gold. Jang Do said that only the thug In Beom knew. In Beom was absolutely loyal to Myung-gil. Myung-gil went to see Director Hong. He was talking to his police brother. Myung-gil grabbed the phone and told Kang Yong that a man on a motorcycle had slit the throat of one of his subordinates. He told Kang Yong to find the man's hiding place. Myung-gil read the license plate number to Kang Yong and gave him 5 hours to find the man on the motorcycle. Otherwise, the naked video of Director Hong would be spread online. Then Myung-gil confiscated Director Hong's phone. Yan Zheng and Du Young drove Jianwu and Wu Jin home. In the car, Yan Zheng and Du Young explained why Myung-gil wanted to open a casino in the Link Group's hotel. Myung-gil wanted to borrow the name of this tycoon to open a legal casino, then connect the casino with his lending company. The more people gamble, the more people will borrow money, and he will obviously get rich. Wu Jin asked if the casino was only for foreigners. Yang Zheng immediately replied that Myung-gil did not follow the law. Chairman Choi was now talking to Hyunju in another car. He said that Myung-gil had robbed him of 20 billion won in the past. He promised that after the deal was successful, and if the COVID epidemic was over, he would take her to Rome to enjoy life. He also said that he would send 2 bodyguards bodyguards to Italy for a trip. The two of them chatted happily and even made promises to each other. After that, Chairman Choi invited everyone to his house to drink to celebrate. Kang Yong returned to the office and tried his best to watch the security cameras to find the identity of the man driving the motorbike. At Chairman Choi's house, everyone determined that finding Myung-gil's hidden hard drive was the key to taking him down. Everyone was now quite optimistic about what they had done. They raised their glasses to celebrate. Everyone drank enthusiastically. Only Jeon-woo drank soft drinks. After drinking to their heart's content, Yang-jung and Do-young sat down to talk to each other. Do-young just told Yang-jung that he would be a father in 2 months. Yang-jung blamed Do-young for not telling him in advance. Then Yang-jung gave Do-young some money and told him to buy nutritious food for his wife. Do-young then got in a taxi and went home with his wife. Director Hong then urged Kang Yong to quickly find out the whereabouts of the man driving the motorbike, or his video would be spread online. After many hours of straining his eyes, Kang Yong finally discovered the 2 motorcycles he was looking for. He saw the 2 vehicles driving into a house, so he wrote down the address and called Myung-gil. After Myung-gil learned the information, he mobilized all his subordinates to go to that house to investigate. When he entered the house to search, he found a picture of Do-young and his wife. After that, Myung-gil saw the round marks on the ground, so he knew that Chairman Choi was now holding the stick. Then Myung-gil saw a bucket of salt. He knew that Jang Do had confessed something. The subordinates then found a photocopy of Do-young's ID, so they all went to Do-young's house. While the couple was sleeping, they heard a knock on the door. The pregnant wife came out, and someone said it was the neighbor. The wife was about to open the door when Do-young came out and looked through the crack in the door. He knew that the thugs had arrived. Do-young led his wife into the house. He wanted to jump to the ground, but his wife was pregnant and couldn't jump. Do-young told his wife to call the police. Then he hugged and kissed his wife and unborn child. Do-young used everything he had to block the door. The thugs broke the glass door and entered. Do-young threw a knife and knocked down a few of them, but they also knocked him down. He was then hit hard on the head. His wife cried bitterly. Myung-gil went inside. Myung-gil told Do-young that I would let your wife live if you told me where Yang-jung was. Do-young watched helplessly as his wife gave Myung-gil the information Myung-gil needed. At President Choi's house, everyone was having a meal cooked by Jeon-woo's mother. President Choi asked Jeon-woo and Hyun-ju to drive Jeon-woo's mother to his orphanage to work. Jeon-woo's mother agreed and packed her bags. Yang-jung returned to his sushi shop. The store's caretaker had been executed. Yang-jung put on his chef's clothes and saw Myung-gil waiting for him. Yang-jung asked Myung-gil how you could find me. Myung-gil said that Do-young told him. Yang-jung asked if he had killed Do-young's family yet. Myung-gil smiled and nodded. Yang-jung angrily rushed to fight Myung-gil. Unexpectedly, the tip of the knife under his shoe stabbed him in both legs. Yang-jung counterattacked and stabbed him once, but Myung-gil was wearing iron armor. Myung-gil then stabbed Yang-jung and he fell down. Yang-jung took out a meter-long knife to fight Myung-gil. When Yang-jung was about to penetrate Myung-gil's iron armor, he counterattacked. Then he used the meter-long knife to kill Yang-jung on the spot. Then he ordered all his subordinates to go to Chairman Choi's house. One of them rushed into the house and unlocked it to let the thugs in. Woo Jin then discovered the intruders and informed Chairman Choi. Chairman Choi told them to go to the basement. Woo Jin then fought alone to let Chairman Choi go to the basement. Woo Jin fought back fiercely, but the thugs were too numerous to stop. The thugs began to go down to the basement. Chairman Choi went down to the basement and opened his safe containing all the gold to get a gun. He loaded the gun and put a few bullets in his pocket. He shot a few men and continued to load the gun. Woo Jin was now being controlled by one of them and stabbed many times in the stomach. In Baeom went up and knocked down Chairman Choi. Myung-gil went in to talk to Chairman Choi. Myung-gil looked at the gold in the safe and then gently killed Chairman Choi. Myung-gil then took all the gold in the safe and burned down the house. Jeon-woo and Hyun-ju returned to find the house burning down. Jeon-woo went into the house and carried Woo Jin out. Hyun-ju went down to the basement and saw that Chairman Choi had passed away. She hugged her grandfather and burst into tears. Jeon-woo had to pull Hyun-ju out because the fire was getting higher and higher. Woo Jin was taken to the emergency room. He lost a lot of blood, but because of COVID, the hospital was seriously short of blood. Jeon-woo then went in to donate blood to save Woo Jin. The nurse said that there was still not enough blood to save him and that Jeon-woo could not be drawn anymore. But Jeon-woo pleaded and said that he was a boxer, so he was very strong. Hyun-ju, outside, burst into tears. Remembering President Choi, she blamed herself for starting everything, and that's why it ended up like this. After Jeon-woo donated blood and went outside, Hyun-ju was nowhere to be seen. Jeon-woo ran to look for her and called her, but Hyun-ju didn't pick up. The doctor announced that the surgery was successful and Woo Jin was saved. Jeon-woo burst into tears and thanked the doctor. He held his head and cried because of what had just happened. Not long after, Jeon-woo and Woo Jin moved to a remote countryside. The two of them worked hard to improve their health and fighting skills. They jogged and then went home to lift weights. The two of them were disciplined in the army, so now both of them have strong bodies, six-pack abs like bodybuilders. The two of them are currently living with Driver O. When Driver O saw the two of them training hard to get revenge, he he immediately called them in to stop them. Jian-woo told Driver O to believe them because they could defeat Myung-gil. Driver O said that Yang Jung and Du Young were such talented assassins, but they still had to die, so how could the two of them win? Jian-woo said that he would follow Chairman Choi's instructions. Jian-woo would gather those who had been harmed by Myung-gil to defeat him. Driver O concluded that he would not allow it. Driver O then went to visit Chairman Choi's grave. He found a letter. It turned out to be Hyun-jun's granddaughter. She said that she had gone to Rome with the small amount of money that Chairman Choi had given her. She said that if she stayed here, she would miss Chairman Choi a lot because wherever she went, she would think of her grandfather. Hyunju also loved Driver O very much and apologized to him for leaving without saying goodbye. Driver O went home. He called Gyun-woo and Woo-jin outside and then gave them a suitcase of money. He said that this was Chairman Choi's last emergency fund. He had prepared a place for them to stay in Seoul and told the two boys to be careful. The two bowed to thank Driver O and promised to win. Jian-woo and Woo-jin brought the suitcase of money to Seoul and then went to the place where Driver O had asked to stay. It turned out to be Driver O's niece's house. The girl set many rules for the two boys when they stayed at this house. Jian-woo and Woo-jin discussed to find allies to help them carry out their revenge plan. Driver O gave them a car. The two boys drove to meet the loan shark who was Woo-jin's former boss. Because this person had been scammed by the Smile Capital Company for a large sum of money, Woo-jin tried his best to persuade him to join the group with him and Jian-woo to wipe out the Smile Capital Company's people. He said that he wouldn't join because he might die. To him, money could be earned back, but life was only one, so it was not stupid to confront that fraudulent group. Jian-woo and Woo-jin continued to find the director of the bodyguard company. The person who had introduced the two to meet Chairman Choi had just been vandalized by the Smile Capital Company's thugs to collect debt. A small line was inserted in the contract to trap him. The two said that this company belonged to Myung-gil, then announced that Chairman Choi had just been killed by him. Myung-gil also killed the two assassins next to Chairman Choi. When the director heard the news, he cried loudly because Chairman Choi was also a benefactor of his life. Jian-woo and Woo-jin continued to meet the thug Jae Myung from the past. The two questioned him about the current situation of the Smile Capital Company. They then learned that Jun Min, whose throat Du Young had cut, was still alive. Jian-woo asked if Myung-gil's casino was open yet. Jae Myung said no because Myung-gil was still in a contract dispute with the Link Group, so the conglomerate had not yet allowed the casino to open in their hotel. Woo-jin then took a picture of Jae Myung and told him that you need to keep it a secret or I would send it to your boss. Junmin, Jian-woo, then asked if there was any way to find the phone number of the heir to the Link Group. Jae Myung said he couldn't know. The two went online to find information about the eldest son of the conglomerate. They then found out that he was Director Hong, whose real name was Min Baeom. At this time, the Driver O's niece ran back and told the two not to use her computer. Woo-jin said it would only be this once. The two then accessed Min Baeom's Instagram and clicked on message to send a message. Min Baeom was now bowing his head as he went to meet Myung-gil. He beat Min Baeom up for not settling his casino construction contract properly. Min Baeom said that his father had not agreed to the contract. Myung-gil dragged Min Baeom outside and was about to throw him to the ground. Myung-gil said that if your father didn't, I would edit the contract to my liking, or I would post Min Baeom's undressing video online and kill Min Baeom. Min Baeom got into the car and burst into tears. Suddenly, he received a text message saying that I could help you get rid of Myung-gil. I know where the hard drive containing the undressing video is. Min Baeom showed the message to Kang Young. Kang Young said that he should meet the person who sent the message. Then the two of them asked Jian-woo and Woo-jin go to a bar. These two people liked to greet each other with alcohol, so they forced Jian-woo and Woo-jin to drink together. Woo-jin said that his liver was stabbed by Myung-gil's thugs and he couldn't drink. Jian-woo also said that he couldn't drink. Kang Young tried to force Jian-woo to drink because they couldn't miss this precious opportunity. Jian-woo had to drink with Kang Young and Min Baeom. Unexpectedly, Jian-woo was a person with a high alcohol tolerance. Kang Young kept pouring and Jian-woo kept drinking. After drinking, Jian-woo was still sober while Kang Young and Min Baeom were showing signs of being drunk. Finally, while drunk, Min Baeom spoke his mind. He burst into tears and told Jian-woo about the grievances and torture he had to endure when Myung-gil used a video to control him. After that, he even called Jian-woo his family. The next morning, Min Baeom and Kang Young woke up. Jian-woo said that last night, Min Baeom brought him and Woo-jin to this house. The four of them then gathered together to eat instant noodles that Jian-woo and Woo-jin had cooked. Jian-woo and Woo-jin then went to the Link Group building to meet and discuss a plan to deal with Myung-gil. Everyone came up with a plan to hack into Myung-gil's phone, then activate the safe and burn his secret hard drive. The hacker here said there were two ways to do this. One was to lure Myung-gil into the building's Wi-Fi and hack into his phone. The other was to have Myung-gil scan the COVID-19 QR code when entering the building. When he used his phone to scan the code, they could hack into and control his phone. Min Baeom asked what if Myung-gil found out about everything. Min Baeom was very afraid of Myung-gil, so he was very worried. Kang Young then spoke privately to reassure Min Baeom. Everyone started setting up cameras and all the modern audio-visual equipment. Myung-gil now entered the building to sign the contract with Min Baeom. When entering the door, Myung-gil was asked by the staff to scan the QR code to prevent COVID-19. Myung-gil also used his phone to scan the code, but the hacker could not find any security application on his phone. Kang Young, Woo Jin, and Jeon Woo began to panic. Myung-gil entered the room and shook hands with Min Baeom. Min Baeom was very scared when he saw Myung-gil. While they were feeling sad, one of the policemen discovered that Myung-gil was using two phones. When Myung-gil scanned the QR code, it was a different phone. The hacker said that now they needed to lure him into connecting to the Wi-Fi. Min Baeom entered the surveillance room. Kang Young said that they needed to find a way for Myung-gil to connect to the Wi-Fi. Woo Jin then told Min Baeom that he needed to act. He should ask Myung-gil to delete the video before the contract was signed. Min Baeom said that he didn't have the courage to do this. He said that just seeing Myung-gil's face made his hands and feet tremble. Kang Young tried to encourage and comfort Min Baeom that I would protect you. Jeon Woo also said that I would do my best to protect you. Min Baeom mustered up all his courage and walked out of the meeting room and asked to speak to Myung-gil privately. Min Baeom asked Myung-gil to delete the video before signing the contract. Myung-gil said it was at home and would be deleted after the contract was signed. Min Baeom told Myung-gil not to think about fooling him. Myung-gil then took out his phone, played the video, and was about to delete it, but Min Baeom wanted to do it himself. Otherwise, he wouldn't sign the contract. Min Baeom bravely told Myung-gil straight to his face that with just one phone call, Myung-gil's company would be audited tomorrow and pay tens of billions of won in taxes. Myung-gil smiled and praised Min Baeom, then gave him the phone. Min Baeom took the phone and immediately accessed the building's Wi-Fi. The hacker announced that he had found the security app and would proceed to open the safe. The professional hacker broke into the safe and said he was ready to burn it. Kang Young also agreed, so the hard drive at Myung-gil's house was also burned. Kang Young told Woo Jin and Jeon Woo that I would find evidence in Myung-gil's phone and put him in jail. Min Baeom told Jeon Woo that he would sponsor Jeon Woo to remove the scar on the face. Jeon Woo refused and said that thanks to this scar, he met many wonderful people and gained more strength. Myung-gil is now celebrating the successful signing of a contract with his subordinates and prostitutes. When he entered the house, Myung-gil smelled a burning smell. Myung-gil opened the safe and saw that the hard drive inside had been burned. Myung-gil shouted angrily, then took out a phone from the closet and called a mysterious person. Myung-gil said that he would send the phone to the mysterious person to ask him to find the whereabouts of an old man. It turned out that this mysterious person was a police officer working in the major crimes unit. This person received the phone. When he accessed it, he saw the phone number of driver O. At that moment, Kang Young entered. He told this person that he was investigating a loan shark boss. He had just received a list of the boss's victims. The spy heard this and immediately called to inform Myung-gil. Myung-gil said that they needed to find out who was involved in the investigation. Then Myung-gil asked when they would find out where driver O was. The spy said they would find out tomorrow morning. Myung-gil promised to transfer the reward money to the spy and hung up. After Myung-gil's subordinates found out where driver O was, they drove to find him. They used force to interrogate him everywhere. Then they went to a rice store, and the owner said that he knew this man because this one often went there to deliver rice. The thugs then went to driver O's residence. Jeon Woo and Woo Jin continued to ask Jae Myung to help find the thug. In Baeom's profile, Jae Myung asked him to pay 1 million won. Unexpectedly, Jeon Woo took out money and gave him 10,000 won. Jeon Woo and Woo Jin wanted to investigate in Baeom because only he knew where Myung-gil was hiding the gold he stole from Chairman Choi. While the two were talking to Da-min, they received a call from the thug. In Baeom, then they saw a picture of driver O being arrested. Da-min answered the phone, and In Baeom told her to come to a shopping mall in an hour. Da-min said she would kill him herself and hung up. Da-min was a skilled archer who had competed in international tournaments. She took her bow and arrow and went with the two boys to save her grandfather. When Jeon Woo told Da-min not to come, she showed off her skills in front of the two. Woo Jin then called the director of the bodyguard company to ask for help. When he heard the news, he cut the cast on his broken arm and put on makeup like an assassin. Then he went to meet Jeon Woo's group. The four of them split into two wings and entered the building. Jeon Woo and Woo Jin entered through the main door. The thug in Baeom ordered his subordinates to kill Jeon Woo and Woo Jin. Jeon Woo and Woo Jin took down each thug one by one. The subordinates trembled in fear when they saw the power of the two. Jeon Woo and Woo Jin fought the thugs with their bare hands. Da-min supported them with a bow from above. A leader ran up to deal with Da-min but was stopped by the director of the security company below. Jeon Woo, after defeating the thugs, went up to In Baeom. Jeon Woo went forward and threw a punch that knocked him to the floor. Woo Jin ran up to help. The leader was fighting the director of the security company but saw that the archer girl was too strong, so he tried to run away. The director of the security company ran to stop him. When he was knocked down by the leader, luckily, Woo Jin arrived in time to rescue him. Da-min now had no more arrows. Below, Jeon Woo continuously launched targeted attacks that stunned the thug in Baeom, but then he was able to strangle Jeon Woo. Jeon Woo counterattacked attack and knocked In Beom down. Above, Wu Jin had also finished off the leader. The gang then tied up the two men and used torture to ask the leader where he was hiding driver. Oh, the director of the bodyguard company said that I would stab you in the groin if you did not confess. The leader was so scared that he also confessed where driver O was being held. The four men then took the two prisoners into the car. Jianwu asked the director of the bodyguard company to look after the thug In Beom and interrogate Myung-gil for his gold hiding place. The two men then went with Damin to the fish farm that the leader had just confessed to in order to rescue driver O. Jianwu called Kang Yong to inform him of where driver O was being held. Kang Yong heard this and called the spy and told him to send someone to rescue driver O. The spy immediately called Myung-gil to inform him. Myung-gil immediately called his subordinates to clean up the scene and take driver O away because the police were coming. So when the police arrived, they did not find anything. Jianwu's group arrived and handed over the leader to Kang Yao. Jianwu said that some of the leader's soldiers had run away earlier, so they probably notified him to clean up the scene. The director of the security company was currently torturing the thug In Beom to ask him where Myung-gil hid the gold, but he didn't say anything. When Jianwu arrived, he bit his tongue. Jianwu went in and told Wu Jin to call an ambulance. The director of the security company said that if In Beom died, how would they find the location of the gold safe? Jianwu said that he couldn't let anyone die. Kang Yong went to a store to buy coffee, but the store owner put poison in the coffee. Kang Yong went outside and felt dizzy. When he returned to the coffee shop, he saw that the real owner was tied up. Kang Yong crawled into a house and said he needed salt. The owner brought out the salt. Kang Yong put the salt in his mouth to vomit out poisoned drink. Myung-gil now also sends his subordinates to assassinate two of Kang Yong's colleagues because they are in his investigation team. Jianwu receives a call from Myung-gil. He told Jianwu to come to the fish farm at 9 o'clock tonight to meet him. If Jianwu calls the police, he will grind driver O into fish. Myung-gil said that I have already dealt with Kang Yong and your two teammates, so don't even think about using tricks. Otherwise, I will kill your mother. Damin heard and wanted to follow. Jianwu pulled Wu Jin out to talk. Jianwu said that if anything happened to driver O, he didn't want to see Damin collapse like Hyunju did before. Wu Jin said that it was different now. It was because they were separated before that things turned out like this. Wu Jin said that now let's join forces to deal with Myung-gil. The three of them drove to the fish farm to meet Myung-gil. Then they left Damin outside to provide cover from afar. Jianwu and Wu Jin went inside. The thugs and Myung-gil were waiting. Driver O was also lying on the ground. Junmin's subordinate ordered his subordinates to kill them. The two joined forces to take down each thug one by one. Myung-gil saw that his subordinates were useless and could not do anything to the two, so he pulled out a knife and put it to the neck of driver O. Then he told the two to stand still. Then he ordered his subordinates to deal with the two. At this time, Damin picked up her bow and prepared to shoot. She shouted loudly for Jianwu and Wu Jin to lie down. Then she shot an arrow into Myung-gil's shoulder. Jianwu and Wu Jin took the opportunity to take down the subordinates. Myung-gil was escorted by his subordinates to the car and ran away, so the three of them were able to rescue driver O safely. The police raided and arrested all the thugs. After that, the police searched the scene and discovered that this fish farm was where they destroyed the people Myung-gil killed. The police raided Myung-gil's house to search. Only his wife was home at this time. Then they discovered many phones of the victims Myung-gil had killed. The spy policeman was also arrested for bribery and murder. Myung-gil has now escaped and is wanted. Min Beom says that he can't sleep well until Myung-gil is caught. Jianwu says that he will find Myung-gil. Jianwu says that Myung-gil's former subordinate John Do might know how Myung-gil escaped abroad. Kang Yong says that he will investigate this person's whereabouts. When Kang Yong investigates, he only finds out Jang Do's bank account number. Jae Myung tells Wu Jin and Jianwu that Jang Do is definitely in need of money, so transfer some money to his account and leave your phone number in the reason for the transfer. Jang Do will definitely call back. Jianwu asks how much to transfer, and Jae Myung says that he needs 10 million won for Jang Do to fall into the trap. Indeed, right after transferring the money, Jang Do calls back. He realizes that Jianwu used to be Chairman Choi's subordinate. Jianwu says that Myung-gil is wanted by the police and needs help finding him. Jang Do asked Jianwu how much money he would pay him. Jianwu asked how much he needed. Jang Do offered 1 billion won and had to transfer it to him within 4 days. Jianwu and Wu Jin took the suitcase of money that driver O gave them and found that it only contained 300 million won. So the two of them went to Min Beom for help. He said, what if Jang Do took 1 billion won and ran away? Jianwu said that if Jang Do didn't keep his word, I and Wu Jin would hunt Jang Do down until he came out. Min Beom agreed after hearing this. After receiving enough money, Jang Do kept his promise. He went to the train station to find out where Myung-gil was. Then he called Jianwu to inform him. Jang Do said that the day after tomorrow, Myung-gil would board the train to escape to Ho Chi Minh City. Myung-gil had already bribed officials in Vietnam. Jang Do provided the phone number of someone working on the train so that Jianwu could negotiate for himself. The two of them then said goodbye to driver O and Damin and set off on their mission. The two boys also bribed the staff to sneak onto the ship. When the ship left, Jianwoo and Wu Jin searched everywhere for Myung-gil and his gang. Wu Jin sneaked inside the ship and found Jun Min. At this time, Wu Jin shot him with a numbing electric shock, causing him to faint. Then Wu Jin met the thug, In-beom. In-beom threw Wu Jin down the stairs. Wu Jin then took advantage of the terrain to avoid In-beom's attack. Then Wu Jin delivered a knockout punch, knocking him out on the spot. On the ship, Jianwoo found Myung-gil. Jianwoo shouted loudly and ran over, then fought Myung-gil. Seeing that he was no match, Myung-gil ran away. Then Myung-gil put a knife on his belt. When Jianwoo crawled up, Myung-gil kicked him in the face, causing Jianwoo to fall down. Then Jianwoo climbed up from another direction. After a fierce fight, Jianwoo also defeated Myung-gil. When Myung-gil was about to stab Jianwoo with a knife, Jianwoo punched him several times, causing him to collapse. Jianwoo told Wu Jin that he probably thought he had become an assassin now. Wu Jin said that the two of them would return to being real boxers. The two of them then found all of Myung-gil's gold. Min-beom is now on a cruise ship arriving at the destination. Jianwoo called Min-beom to inform that he had found all of the gold. Min-beom asked what about Myung-gil's phone. Jianwoo immediately went to get phone and gave it to Min-beom. Min-beom then called Kang-yong to tell him the good news. He said that he would ask Interpol for help. They would wait in Vietnam. Min-beom asked what the two of them wanted to do with the gold. Jianwoo said that Chairman Choi always wanted to help the poor, so now he wanted to use the money for the same purpose. Min-beom asked the two of them if they didn't want to take the money. Jianwoo said of course, but this is not his money. Min-beom said that this pile of gold is worth nearly 84 billion. He said he would open a welfare fund, or maybe add money to open a hospital. Jianwoo asked if it was possible to name the hospital after Chairman Choi. Min-beom said it would be difficult, but he would try. Then he gave Jianwoo and Wu Jin 2 gold bars each as a reward. In-beom said he would compensate with his money. Then the two returned to Korea and went to the orphanage to reunite with Jianwoo's mother. The mother happily hugged Jianwoo and asked about Wu Jin. Jianwoo told them to go home. The three of them then hugged each other happily. The movie ended here. Thank you everyone for watching. See you in the next videos.